Calling today's HHS hearing for Friday, January 30th at 3 p.m. We are convened at room 224. This meeting is being streamed live on YouTube. In the unlikely event that we must abruptly end this hearing due to technical difficulties, the committee will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business at 1:15 February 2nd, 2026 in room 224, and a public notice will be posted on the legislature's website. To facilitate this hearing in a timely manner, we will be enforcing a 1-minute limit on testimony. I will be reading a list of individuals who submitted written testimony for each measure. We apologize if the closed captioning does not accurately transcribe the names. If you're interested in reviewing the written testimony, please go to the legislature's website. You'll find a link on the status page for the measure. Yeah, I got confused too.
The right hand of the Lord.
Yeah, I know, no, it's the other way. We appreciate your understanding and remind you that the committee does have your testimony. I reviewed them, so I encourage you to use your time to either add additional comments or you can stand on your written testimony. And that's the reason why I imposed my 1-minute time rule, because we have read your written testimony. And I also would like to welcome my Vice Chair, Senator McKelvey. So first up, SB 2211, making an emergency appropriation to the Department of Human Services. First up, Director Yamane in support.
Oh my God,
Thank
you're
you.
leaving your money.
Next, we have Aloha United Way in support. Anybody from Aloha United Way? Next, we have Hawaii Food Industry Association in support. Lauren Zerbel, are you present on Zoom?
Good afternoon, Chair and Vice Chair. I'm Alexis Chapman for HFIA. We stand on our written testimony and support, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, I have Nate Hicks from Hawaii Public Health Institute in support. Nate, please proceed.
Aloha, Chair and Vice Chair. We really appreciate this bill, and we really appreciate the effort that was done during the government shutdown to make sure that our families were supported. Huge effort that wasn't a guarantee. It took effort from you folks and from our folks at DHS to really step up and show the importance of SNAP. And so really appreciate this bill and hope it passes. Mahalo.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, we have Betty Lou Larson, Catholic Charities of Hawaii. Are you present, Betty Lou?
Hello, Chair, Vice Chair. Thank you so much for hearing this bill. We strongly support it. We support SNAP participants and the need for additional food. However, we're also hopeful
Betty
that,
Lou, can you turn on your video?
oh, it says it's on.
Yeah, she can't pick her up in the back.
Okay, well, you look like Aurora Borealis there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot.
Please
That's
proceed.
my laptop. Here I come. I'm
Okay,
sorry about that.
okay, now that looks better. Okay,
There we go.
Start
I'm
over,
sorry about
come on.
Okay.
Yes.
So we appreciate this bill, but we're also worried about food insecurity for those who are not SNAP benefits. The Ellis population, 44% of all households up to 99,000 in income still have food insecurity. And so we're wondering if the wording, which is to appropriation to the department for households participating in SNAP and to expand food delivery services through its contracted community-based providers, if that language also would include, for example, food banks that could serve that very needy food insecure population, but as well as SNAP. Many SNAP go with food banks, but it also has the upper, higher incomes which are struggling.
Thank you,
So
Betty.
we bring that point up.
Yes, thank you very, very much. Next, we have Hawaii Academy of Food Family Physicians in support. Dr. Carlisle. Next, we have Audrey Suga Nakagawa of AARP in support. Brian Miyamoto, Hawaii Farm Bureau in support. Eric Abe, Hawaii Primary Care Association in support. Heather Lusk, Hawaii Health and Harm Reduction Center in support. Mike Wen, Aloha Care. Are you present, Mike, in support? On Zoom.
3, 2, 1, no.
Okay, we're moving on. Next, we have Genevieve Muma of Hawaii Appleseed in support. Susan Picola Davis in support. Youngie Overly in support, Clint Kagamida in support, Kaleo K in support, Alex Chow in support, Keone DeFranco in support, Veronica Moore in support, Cleds Manzano in support. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2211? Okay, seeing none. Members, any questions? Okay, seeing none, moving on. SB 2025, which is relating to jury duty, allows actively practicing advanced practice registered nurses to claim an exemption from service as a juror. First up, we have Dr. Lewin of SHPTA. In support, Dr. Lewin, are you present? Okay, thank you. Next up, we have DCAB. In support, Christine Pagano. Next, we have Dean Hiraki of the Judiciary providing comments. Next, we have Jonathan Ching of Kaiser Permanente in support. Jonathan Ching.
Jen, we're requesting an amendment. You want me to talk about it again? It's not just that.
Written testimony. Yes, I saw your requested amendment in your written testimony. Next, we have Hawaii American Nurses Association in support. Next, we have Margaret Ragan of Ohia Midwifery Wellness in support. Next, we have Hawaii affiliate of College of Nurse Midwives in support. Alex Novak on Zoom in support. Alex Novak, are you present?
Yes, I am.
Please proceed. You have 1 minute, and we have your written testimony.
Very good. Aloha, Senator San Bonaventura and Senator McKelvey and other members of the Health and
Can you
Human.
turn on your video?
Okay, there we go. Sorry.
Okay, please proceed. Go ahead.
I appreciate this opportunity to express my support for Senate Bill 2025 that seeks to extend jury duty exemptions to advanced practice registered nurses, which is consistent with the exemptions currently granted to physicians and dentists. Advanced practice registered nurses are currently licensed to practice independently in the state of Hawaii, and approximately 90% of them have prescriptive authority. It is a hardship when the practitioner gets summoned to jury duty, not just for the physician or dentist, but also for the APRN or the patients that they service. A couple
Thank
of
you
years
very
ago,
much,
I
Mr.
was
Novak.
summoned for jury duty.
Thank you very much, Mr. Novak. Doesn't look like there's any opposition. So
Okay.
we'll keep going. Thank you very much. Next, we have Fanny Ying Si Yang in support, Ramona Nakagawa in support, Wailua Brandman in support, Lindsay Takamatsu in support, Jacob Moore in support, Erica Murata in support, Connie Lamour in support, Macy Minchu Lausuza in support, Scott Lou Souza in support, Allison Kanashiro in support, Mickey Muir in support, Jared Medeiros in support, Tony Ballard in support, Megan Blazak in support, Roxanne Estes in support, Michelle Franz in support, April Ramos in support, Shanda Brack in support. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2025? Come on up.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. I am Amy Chin. I'm the Executive Officer for the Hawaii State Board of Nursing, and we stand on a written testimony in support of the bill.
Thank you very much.
Mahalo.
Okay. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2025? Members, any questions?
Quick question to the nurses.
Come on up. Your Board of Nursing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I just want you to respond to the requested amendment by Kaiser, whether you guys support it or not.
which is the physician's assistants.
Yes, I haven't seen the amendment yet, so I will look it over, share with my board, and circle back.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chair.
Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2025? Seeing none, moving on. SB 2038, relating to medication labeling. Mr. Prestone. First up, we have Alana Isobe, DCCA PVL Board of Pharmacy, providing comments. Please proceed. Are you from DCCA? Jamie Detweiler? No, that's another. Alana Isobe on Zoom. Are you present? Okay, moving on.
Sorry, Chair, they are available on Zoom.
Who else?
Our chair, Alana Isobe, should be on Zoom. I'm here.
Okay, hold on. Alana Isobe, are you present on Zoom? Please proceed. You have 1 minute. We're counting down. Please proceed. Unmute yourself. I hope you're not driving.
Yeah, I hope not either.
You know, this is health chair. This is Committee on Health. We don't want you to get into an accident, okay? Please, your time is counting down. Please unmute yourself and please proceed.
Chair, I can.
Yeah, why don't we have?
You know, you have somebody here. Can we have somebody talk on your behalf, because you cannot seem to unmute yourself?
Yeah, and you're gonna crash.
And we don't want you to get into an accident. Okay, please proceed.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair. Apologies for the issue. My name is Christopher Fernandez, Executive Officer for the Board of Pharmacy. We're here to stand on our written comments. Our chair was here to answer any questions, but I will do my best if we can't get her.
Sorry.
Ongoing.
Okay, thank you very
Thank you
much.
for your time.
Okay.
Okay, next up, Department of Health providing comments. Department of Health, are you present?
Yes.
Come on up.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair. My name is Matt Carano with the Department of Health, Environmental Health Services Division. First of all, apologies. It doesn't look, we submitted testimony on Wednesday, but it doesn't appear on the testimony link.
Okay, please proceed to testify then.
Sure. We are just providing comment and we're supportive of the intent. We have offered amendment, just that would allow the Department of Health access in the event of an investigation to not require a subpoena to get that information that is being held private, just to allow a little bit quicker of a response.
Okay, yeah, similar to ACOGs, yeah?
I'm not familiar with ACOGs, but yes.
Okay, ACOGs doesn't want to be able to be subpoenaed either. Okay, next we have.
We'll go for questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next we have Civil Rights Commission, Alfonso Braggs. Are you present, Alfonso Braggs? Okay.
Good afternoon,
proceed.
Chair. Heather McVeigh with the Hawaii Civil Rights Commission. We're in support of the measure and available for questions. We'll stand on our written testimony. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Eva Andrade, Hawaii Family Forum, are you present?
Chair, Vice Chair, I'm Eva Andrade. I'm the President and CEO of Hawaii Family Forum, and we respectfully oppose this bill. While the bill is framed as a technical labeling update, it creates special exemptions for abortion medications that weaken basic safeguards meant to protect patients. Prescription labels exist to ensure transparency, accountability, and timely care, especially in emergencies. Allowing abortion drugs to be dispensed without standard identifying information raises real concerns about patient safety, continuity of care, and informed medical response. These concerns are especially relevant for women on the neighbor islands where access to emergency care may already be limited. Transparency and oversight are punitive. They are essential. They are not punitive. They are essential to public trust and equitable healthcare. SB 2038 treats abortion medications differently than any other medication without a clear public health justification. Mahalo for the opportunity to testify.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Stacy Jimenez, A Place for Women in Waipio in Opposition. Next, we have Olivia Manayan, ACOG, providing comments. Next, we have Doris Matsunaga in support. I see Jamie Detweiler on Zoom in opposition. Jamie, can you unmute yourself and please proceed?
Can you hear me, Chair?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Aloha, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. My name is Jamie Detweiler. I'm Hawaii born and raised and a retired healthcare professional serving 33 years of dedicated service in the profession. I'm in opposition of SB 2038 for two primary reasons. While I acknowledge the intent is a good intent behind the creation of this bill, it poses patient safety risk issues as well as medical ethics issues. And it's detailed in my written testimony, which was not posted on the website yet. Furthermore, if this bill is passed into law, it will jeopardize the safety of women and teenagers involved in prostitution who are abused by their pimps. With the lack of prescription label information, these pimps will be empowered to force them to take the abortion pill, and there will be no consequences. And at a personal level, as a mother and a grandmother, I'd be really concerned knowing that a person can't get help.
Yeah,
Thank
you,
you.
Jamie.
Thank you.
Eva Andrade was very erudite too in opposition, who's also present. Okay, next we have Elena Arinaga in support, Young-hee Overly in support, Greg Kahn in support, Victor Ramos in opposition, Nathan Leo Baulick in support, Judith White in support, Denise Machit in support, Kaleo K in support, Elizabeth Welton in support, Jody Waderman in support, Terry Yoshinaga in opposition, Christy Gund in support, Noel Lindenman in support, and we've got, God knows. Okay, let me just keep reading it. Marjorie Ziffrin Marlowe in support. If you hear your name, please stand up, okay? Janet Thierry in support, Natasha Mito in support, Vivian Tolner in support, Rita Kama Kimura in opposition, Jane Aquino in support, Tim Hundick in support, Amber Kanehailua in support, Cheryl Bellamy in support, Nancy Moser in support, Jesse Hutchinson in support, Michael Kolat in support, Cheryl Wisnock in opposition, Eileen Kane in support, Kristen Kolat in support, Tammy Debardani in support, Kehaulani Coleman in support, Karen Khan in support, Joseph Summerfield in opposition, Stephanie Coleman in opposition, Jane Toffelsbad in support, Mary Smart in opposition, Robert Justice in support, Martina Wing in support, James Raymond in support, Alfred Hagan in opposition, Catherine Wheeler in opposition, Doreen Morimoto in opposition, Neva Rodriguez, and then there were none on opposition. Anybody else wishing to testify? Oh, Michael Galoyo, are you present? Please proceed.
Yes, I am, sir. Yes, I am, Chair. Hello, Michael Galoy Jr., President of Pride at Work Hawaii. We apologize for not getting a written testimony in on time on this bill, but we do want to stand in strong support. Abortion care access is a labor rights issue, plain and simple. And this is just a fair bill to make sure that people are able to get the health care that they need. So
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2038? Members, any questions? I do. Board of Pharmacy, come on up. So, do you know of any other state who has passed something like this?
Yes, we discussed this at the meeting yesterday, and the board reviewed, I believe, at least California, Massachusetts. They do a more robust, kind of similar to the language of this bill that eliminates the prescriber, the retailer, and the patient from the label.
Okay, so my understanding with pharmacy and with pharmaceutical drugs is that, isn't there like an FDA requirement so that they will be able to track? I mean, because these are controlled substances. So
yeah, there are record-keeping requirements meant to log dispensing.
okay, you know those states have passed it. How long ago have they passed it?
I believe California's was last year.
Only last year.
Yeah.
What is the runway for implementation? You know?
I'm not certain about that. I would have to go back to research and then get more information.
So here's my question. How much is this gonna cost the pharmacist and the consumer?
During the meeting yesterday, there was identified some concerns about whether logistically tools that the pharmacies employ to make labels for medications would need to be modified, or there was a workaround or something like that. So they generally spoke on that matter, but as far as a specific example, I could not provide right now.
Okay, so here's my other question, sorry. And other than Michael Galoyu, who I don't think will be able to get prescribed this, all the other people who have testified, women who have testified in written, so I can't ask them. Why can't they just rip off the label when they get the pharmacist? I mean, what's wrong with just ripping off the label? Do you know?
I'm sorry, Chair, I couldn't answer that.
So,
The
I mean,
board
it
didn't
seems
discuss
to
that
me
yesterday.
without any added consumer cost. I mean, why can't they just rip off the label and that way no one could see who has this? You can't answer. Can anybody here answer that?
That's Kaiser.
Kaiser.
You're nodding back there, so you clearly, come on. You're the resident expert from the healthcare industry, right?
Okay, so,
Come on up.
so.
You could come to this hearing, you're fair game, let's go.
We get all of these requests and it sounds super PC for us to pass it, but if it actually increases cost, when the cheapest way for you to do this is to just rip off the label, why can't a consumer just rip off the label so no one else could see whatever it is they got?
So John Ching for Kaiser Chair. We did not submit testimony. We've been watching this. I think as the Board of Pharmacy does note, there are other states that have implemented this. I think from the outpatient or retail pharmacy perspective, to to comply with this law would require manual implementation, like overrides of the systems, because, right, you know, when there is a label, it's connected, right? So when there's an order, it has to do,
It's a
and
controlled
then
substance.
Yeah.
the
FDA
misoprostol is not, but yeah, it would slow down processes. There is a way to manually do it, but right, then you're talking about
But if you were doing
inefficiencies.
mail order prescriptions, it would be problematic, right? Which is kind of the pivot now for the insurers and providers.
Yeah.
And it seems to me, I mean, when I saw what the mifepristone thing is, it's a box that has the label on it. It seems to me it's gotta be federally mandated that you gotta take off the word mifepristone on this box. Or if it's put into a prescription bottle, I mean, how hard is it to just rip off the label?
I don't really want to answer that.
Okay, any other comments
happen.
based upon the questions
That's
asked?
a pragmatic answer, Chair, that you're saying, but I mean,
Okay.
it would be, there is some challenges, but it can't be complete, it could still be done, but there would be some operational challenges for sure. And I think that's.
Okay, I mean, if we pass this bill, right, versus allowing the consumer to just basically rip off the label. And I see the Board of Pharmacists standing up. Okay, why don't you come on up?
Our chair is able to answer some questions if you.
Okay, so have you parked so that you are not causing an accident? And could you turn on can you unmute yourself?
Okay, thank you. Thanks for taking my question. Actually, more of an answer in terms of ripping the label off. The issue is if the patient is not the one that picks up the prescription, then you have a bottle, or I guess in this case, it is a box.
But then, if somebody else, then the patient then consents to the person picking it up. So they know that the person is gonna know, I mean, that person can rip off the label.
Yep. So, I mean, the board had issues just without a name on it. Like, what if it gets into the wrong hands, right? I mean, so there's all these safety concerns, which, ripping off the label would also create.
But the patient will have the opportunity to rip off the label, right? So it's already in the right hands. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna legislate that they are required to rip off the label.
Well, yeah.
It's gonna be optional for the patient.
And I think this is if the patient requests that it's anonymous bottling. For most.
The Board of Pharmacy does not mind us mandating this, then is that the Board of Pharmacy's position?
No, so the Board of Pharmacy.
That you do not care if we mandate that the pharmacist makes it. Okay, so long as you guys don't pass on the cost to us, I'm good with mandating you guys to do this.
No, so it's only if the patient requests, and we do have concerns, the cost to the pharmacy. My other one that we talked about was as we make barriers and we require pharmacies to do these things, that we decrease access for patients because the pharmacies are unable to do it, so they just won't carry the drug. So is this going to actually cause more problems?
Okay, that's a legitimate point. Okay, any other questions, comments? We're gonna move on. Okay, thank you very much. Next up is SB 2050, relating to chiropractic. First up, we have DCCA providing comments. Young M. Wilson, are you present? Please come on up.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. I'm Young Im Wilson, Executive Officer for the Hawaii Board of Chiropractic, and board stands on its testimony and we support.
Thank you. So what is that one?
This is what?
The Hawaii revised statute, which we have to fix.
Yep, 329/2039.
Okay. Can I write that down? Thank you very much. My Vice Chair has pointed out in the prior bill that there's actually a statute that we need to fix if we're gonna do this that prevents any alteration of a prescription label because of the concerns stated earlier. So that is 3-2, what?
It's, let's see, 329-39 labels. However, I would also note there's probably liability concerns from,
Okay.
that if that happens and somebody has a reaction, then there could be serious lawsuits coming from it.
Okay, thank you. We're back to SB 2050. Look, we're both neighbor islanders, so we gotta move on.
We bounce around the state.
Thank you. Hawaii State Chiropractic Association in support.
Ann Chung for Dr. D. Shivers, stand in written testimony in support.
Thank you. Cara Pablo in support. Jacqueline Kim in support. Justin Myers in support. Leah Sosa in support. Taja Santayana in support. Ward Overton in support. Rhea Kiliinui in support. Jasmine in support. Nanea E in support. Allison King in support. Haley Cola in support. Rochelle in support. Mallory Cabigon in support. Angeline Brutus in support. Gabriela Mori in support. Janae Leleo in support. Austin Coziola in support. Shane in support. Rory King in support. Jasmine Apelokio in support. Jasmine Beard in support. Jared Kitolis in support. Jocelyn Kapahua in support. Frederick Kennedy in support. Katie Gillum in support. Kevin Perino in support. William Battles in support. Joe Leonardi in support. Sarah Ward in support. Kian Parker in support. Julia Goodman in support. Joe Edens in support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16. All 17 people in support. Only Ann Chung is present in support. Anybody else wishing to testify in SB 2050? Members, any questions? We only have one person to ask.
We're good.
Okay, thank you very much. We're moving on. SB 2051. Relating to insurance. First up, we have Alfonso Braggs, Hawaii Civil Rights Commission. Are you present?
Yes,
Don't
Chair
look like
Heather
Alfonso.
McVeigh, the Deputy Executive
McVeigh.
Director of the Hawaii Civil Rights Commission, here standing on our written testimony and available for questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Eva Andrade in opposition. Eva.
We're gonna get this 1 minute thing down.
Terrific. You've been in front of me before. Please
Yes,
proceed.
I'm Eva Andrade, I'm president of Hawaii Family Farm, and again, we respectfully oppose this bill. We recognize the pain that a lot of people experience when they're going through infertility, but we believe this bill goes far beyond medical infertility and raises serious ethical and public policy issues and deserves a little bit more careful consideration. It seems to prioritize adult access and equality claims while giving little attention to the long-term interests of the children, including their biological origins, their family identity, and even culture. Finally, SB 2051 mandates employer participation without clear conscience or religious freedom protections, which is troubling in a state that values diversity and freedom. Mahalo for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, we have John Kuramitsu, Kaiser Permanente, providing comments. John, please proceed on Zoom.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair. Thank you for the opportunity to testify. John Kimitsu for Kaiser. Kaiser stands on his written testimony requesting a study audit. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Walden Au in providing comments for HMSA. Thank you very much. Rachel Wilkinson, Hawaii Association of Health Plans, providing comments. Rachel, are you present?
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair. Rachel Wilkinson on behalf of the Hawaii Association of Health Plans. We are providing comments, and we believe that the bill as currently written would create new mandated benefits that would increase costs for Hawaii residents and their employers. So we would respectfully request that this bill be deferred or that the state auditor conduct an impact assessment report.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, we have Pride at Work in support. Michael Galoyu, please proceed on Zoom.
Good afternoon again. Michael Gloria Jr., President of Pride at Work Hawaii. We stand in strong support of this bill. We are talking about equity when it comes to IVF. Being able to start a family is one of the founding blocks for, as we fought for marriage equality, this is continuing that battle. I'm sorry to hear that my good friend Ava is there to fight against this. And hopefully she had done her homework to understand that children raised by queer parents are better, actually more well-adjusted than those raised by right-wing families. So we encourage you to pass this bill, part of it as an equity solution. And we here at Pride at Work do understand that there does need to be a sunrise audit to comply with the prepaid healthcare requirements, as this does create a new insurance mandate. So we whatever it takes to get this passed so we can get this done. Mahalo.
Okay, thank you very much. Madeline Sese Pasara Kuana of Kuana Project in support. Heather Lusk, Hawaii Health and Harm Reduction Center in support. Hoku Pak in support. Joanna Okika Shigeku Kiana of Pilina Center for Wellbeing in support. Abby Simmons, Stonewall Caucus of Democratic Party of Hawaii in support. Ricardo Molero Bravo, American of ACOG in support. Isis Usborne, Lambda Law Student Association in support. Hawaii State LGBTQ Commission in support. Stephen Singer, wait a second. Sandy Livingston, are you present on Zoom?
Not available on Zoom, Chair.
Okay, Stephen Singer, are you present? He said he was gonna be here. Okay, we're gonna move on. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 people in support, 4 people in opposition, and Scott Psyche, Insurance Commissioner, providing comments. Insurance Commissioner,
Not encouraged.
no, you don't look like Scott Psyche, but.
PCCA stands on its witness for providing comments.
Okay, thank you very much. Questions? Okay, seeing none. Okay, we don't have quorum for decision making. So we are going to defer decision making to next hearing. When's the next hearing? Unless you guys could call, recess, we're gonna see whether or not we can find somebody. Recess. Reconvening the 3:00 p.m. calendar for HHS this Friday, and I was reminded I skipped a bill, and that is SB 2090, relating to child custody. First up, we have Office of Hawaiian Affairs. Should have said something. It came all the way here.
Sorry.
In support.
Aloha, Chair, Vice Chair, and Senator McKenna Woodward on behalf of the Office of Hawaiian Affairs in support of this measure. Mahalo for the opportunity to testify today and for hearing the bill, and mahalo, Chair, for introducing this important measure. SB 2090 reflects the realities of Hawaii's behavioral health workforce and strengthens our family court system. This policy change is especially important for Native Hawaiian families who are disproportionately involved in systems that result in family separation. Improving court efficiency and access to trauma-informed, clinically trained evaluators supports more equitable, child-centered outcomes and helps reduce harm to Keiki and Ohana. For these reasons, OHA respectfully urges the committee to pass SB 2090. Mahalo, and I'm available for questions.
Thank you very much. Next, we have on Zoom, Kevin Faust. Please proceed, Kevin.
Aloha, Chair, Vice Chair, and committee members. Thank you for having me here today. We strongly support this bill. Much like licensed clinical social workers and licensed marriage and family therapists who are already allowed to do child custody evaluations, we have very similar training experience. We believe that this would help reduce delays, backlogs, costs to families we think is huge. Reducing that, the more people we have who can do this job, the lower the costs will be. More people available. And this would bring Hawaii in line with practices in many other states such as California, New York, Colorado. So we strongly support this, and I'm here for any questions.
Thank you very much. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2090? Members, any questions?
Quick question to OHA.
OHA.
You're the only one here.
Well, no, we've got Kevin Faust.
That's true. Isn't there any concerns that mental health counselors may not have the full training in the spectrum required to be a child custody evaluator? It's more than just the mental health aspect, right? There's other issues and criteria to which professional training. I guess custody child evaluators have training and recognition because of the different skill sets that are needed.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any, because I've been track this bill in other states, because in other states it did pass, as was mentioned, but in others it was deferred. And the question kept coming up about whether or not mental health professionals would have the full training and understanding as child custody evaluators do, especially with legal issues.
Sure, I think that's a fair concern to raise. So of course, as you mentioned, licensed mental health counselors in this instance would be licensed to perform the mental health evaluation for the child. I think, to my understanding, the issue that the judiciary has been facing for quite a while now is just not having any child custody evaluators. So what's happening and disproportionately impacting Native Hawaiian, Ohana, and Keiki is, these cases are getting put on backlog or the judges are being forced to make
Why isn't the
decisions.
judiciary coming up with a plan to staff these? I mean, why aren't they addressing this, either increasing the salary for them or trying to, I mean, we don't have enough. So we'll bring in this other group, which is great, but what is the plan of the judiciary? Why aren't they trying to fund these positions, increase the pay for them, and try to get more child evaluators?
Sure, that's a great question, Vice Chair. I can't speak on behalf of the judiciary, but I know for OHA, child welfare has been something, that's long disproportionately impacted the Native Hawaiian community, and sure.
Agree with
And
you.
with respect to this bill, I think that's definitely a fair concern as far as, are licensed mental health counselors the appropriate, kind of entity to do this? From my understanding of the bill and the other qualified evaluators, they are licensed mental health professionals as well with different training. So I think for us, it really just comes down to, would we rather expand the scope of practice to try and have an interim solution or, allow the continued problem?
Okay, one other thing, we have a shortage of mental health people already in the rural islands. So if we pass this, are we gonna actually see this huge influx of mental health professionals wanting to be child custody evaluators, or is it gonna be a dead letter law where we pass it and they're not interested? We have coverage issues just for their primary goal to begin with, right?
Yeah.
So will this move the needle, or are we gonna have it come back again and say we're still having an issue that's affecting the Native Hawaiian community because we don't have the people, mental health professionals who are willing to be child custody evaluators?
Yeah, that's definitely a concern as well. We've supported other bills in the past and another this year that addresses the HELP program to try and keep more mental health professionals and healthcare professionals in general in the state. So I think, there really isn't a silver bullet for this problem, unfortunately, because of like you mentioned, the lack of licensed professionals here. And so we really see this as a stopgap measure to hopefully try and alleviate this problem in the interim.
Thank you very much. And as a practicing family law attorney, I also know that there is a shortage of child custody evaluators, and we have used mental health professionals before, but it wasn't even required by statute. So frankly, I don't know whether or not this is needed, but it doesn't hurt to have it.
No, this is a good discussion.
Thank you.
Mahalo.
Okay, so I testified and I shouldn't have done that.
You weren't testifying, you're speaking from experience.
Sure, that's it. Okay.
It's a big difference.
Okay, so are we ready for decision making?
Your 1 minute's up.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, are we ready for decision making?
Fire away.
Okay, so for SB 2211, Chair's recommend, thank you.
Oh, we got one.
We have Senator Kanua, thank you very much.
Phone's in the house, okay.
So for SB 2211, our Chair's recommendation is to pass this with amendments. We're gonna replace the language from Governor's Bill SB 3129, which is awaiting referral to us, but we probably is gonna be referred to us. And we're gonna include in the committee report, we're gonna replace the entire language of 2211 with that of 3129, same title of emergency appropriation to Department of Human Services. In the committee report, we're gonna put in DHS's requirement of $14,248,126. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote, Chair votes aye.
Okay, recommendation on SB 2211 is a Senate Draft 1, inserting the contents of 3129 and an appropriation amount in the committee report. Chair and Vice Chair vote yes. Any other members of the committee who are present voting with reservations or none? Seeing none, your recommendation is adopted.
So for SB 2025, I am cognizant about the shortage in APRNs and in primary care. However, the more exemptions we create, the more burdens we put on existing people who also have jobs, who also are burdened to have to go. And otherwise, the jury system is gonna collapse. However, this bill is gonna go to the judiciary. So we are going to pass this with amendments, and I do note Kaiser's request about physician's assistants, but we are going to limit the physician's assistants that's going to be exempt for only those who are fully employed with an FQHC. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair, the vote.
I have a comment. Respectfully, thank you for that, Chair. I'll be voting with reservations. I acknowledge that this is a critical healthcare profession and we need them on the job. But like you said, if there's ever been a time in our country's history where we need citizens to serve on juries to protect individuals' rights, it's right now. So I'm very uncomfortable with limiting the perspective and expertise of the medical community from serving on juries that are responsible for people's freedom. So enough pontificating, I'll go WR, thank you.
Thank you very much. Pass with amendments is,
Okay.
feel free to vote your conscience.
Of course, sounds good. Recommendation is a Senate Draft 1 on 2025, basically to go ahead and to add physician assistants who are in FHQC. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Any other members besides Senator Keokuhole who wish to go WR no? Seeing none, your recommendation is adopted.
Okay, so for SB 2038, huge concern about labeling, FDA requirements, cost. I mean, we are inundated in this committee with the rising cost of everything, including drugs, and including more requirements on our medical providers. When it seems to me, unless somebody comes up with a reason why the simple expedient of just tearing off the label is not an easy solution that will not cost anybody any cost, Chair's recommendation in SB 2038 is to defer. Moving on. So SB 2050, Chair's recommendation is to pass this with amendments. We're going to accept the Board of Chiropractic's proposed amendments and delay the implementation of 3 years and defect the date to 2050. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Okay, 2050 recommendation is a Senate Draft 1 with a delayed implementation date of 3 years and a effective date of 2050. Chair and Vice Chair vote yes. Anybody else in the committee who's present wishing to vote no or WR? Seeing none, your recommendation is adopted.
SB 2051, Chair is cognizant of the healthcare plan's various testimony and the need to have a sunrise analysis and the insurance commissioner's concerns on the vagueness of the bill as it is. So Chair's recommendation is to defer this pending a sunrise analysis per a hopefully co-introduced resolution, and such hopefully that resolution will satisfy insurance commissioner's concerns as to definitions. Any comments, questions? Well, no, there isn't any, so it's to defer.
Yeah.
So for SB 2090, Chair's recommendation is to pass as is. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Oh, sorry.
As is,
I'm
2090.
I'm so used to being chair, I forgot it's me. 2090, recommendation is Senate Draft, recommendation is to pass on amendment. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Anybody else in opposition or reservation? Seeing none, the measure has been adopted.
And we are adjourned and